Hi again, Annalisa from myspiritualfriend.com, coming back for another video today. When I set goals, I try and meet them. So this video is going to be about the law of attraction and how to shift from having a negative thought process into kind of a more positive thought process, especially in regards to relationships, whether they be romantic, familial, work life, even children, even with your children. Sometimes, we're human. We bug each other. Doesn't matter. Age, anything. I think shifting things here can ultimately shift things in the physical, material type things you're trying to bring into yourself. So, law of attraction, it basically teaches the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. What you put out is what you get back in, positive or negative. Some people call it karma. I like to think that there's a little bit more forgiveness in it than we allow it. But I'll get back to that at some other video. So the golden rule, if you Google the golden rule, a Wikipedia entry will come up, and it just this lists and long list of different religions, different thought processes. Some of them are just, Hinduism, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Confucianism, Taoism, Moism, Zoroastrianism. It's an Iranian religion, and I apologize if I messed up the name. It's very new to me. I think I've only heard it one other time before looking it up, so forgive the flubble. Wicca, humanism, existentialism. Tough time getting these words out today. I apologize. There's different teachings that we've seen most recently, and I say recently because, the thought of the golden rule has been around for so long, and the books that are coming out now are, fairly new. So, Abraham Hicks, which is the channeled group of beings from Esther and Jerry Hicks, the Seth material, The Secret. Joel Osteen teaches it if you listen to his messages. Now, they're more religious based, but he still teaches it, right? Because the golden rule is in Christianity. I thought of somebody else. Louise Hay. Oh, so sorry. She teaches it. But somebody I came upon recently who's not really that recent, but to me, she's new, is Florence Scovel Shinn. The first book she published was The Game of Life and How to Play It. And something she taught that really resonated with me and really made such a difference for me, so I wanted to share it with as many people as I can, is, she said, regarding relationships, when you're having a hard time in relationships, say it's a husband and wife, and you get in a rut of being negative about the person and only seeing the negativity. If you shift it, and instead of when you start having the negative thoughts of like, oh, they did this, or oh, they did that, if they could just do this better, and wow, they did it again. If you stop yourself immediately and you think, I honor the divine light within them, bless them where they are. Now, if you're like me, I say God or the divine parent, divine universe. They sort of use them interchangeably. I'll probably mention that in many videos. If you honor them where they're their divine light, first of all, we all have a spark of divinity in us. We all have a spark of that greater power. That is my belief system. If you don't believe in something higher, then probably this is not the video or the channel for you. But if you do, we all contain that God spark, if you want to call it that. I am that I am, right? So if you're honoring that and saying like, look, dude, we all have this beauty within us. Some people are going to be on this part of the spectrum and some people are going to be on this part of the spectrum, but we all contain that beauty. And so if you can honor that and see that part of them, it's what namaste means. My inner light sees your inner light. My inner light honors the inner light within you. There's truth in that. If you can just shift that, then you're sending out positive energy. You're not sending out negative energy. If you can bless them where they're at, love them where they're at. So not your personal love, but sending love through you, right? Sending it from the higher power through you as a beacon to them, as shining the light on them, sending them the love, sending them the positive energy. It stops your negative thought process, right? So, and then you're putting out positive energy, and then you're going to receive positive energy. And it may be just the love of divinity that you're receiving it from, rather than like, oh, I got this present now. It's not about materialism, right? So then if you can shift into that positive thought process and shift really inner within you, you end up shifting a whole lot of stuff outside of you. And that was huge for me. Now, another thing that happened recently, I became aware through my guides of something that was happening psychically between myself and somebody that I love dearly. And this person was having these negative thoughts, and I would randomly during the day just get angry at this person for past things, for not being perfect, for whatever, just in my head, just kind of going around in a little hamster wheel in my head. And I happened to call this person, and they said, oh, I'm having this bad day, and blah, blah, blah. And I hope you weren't feeling that because of me. And I thought, And then when I asked the person, because the next morning, the same thing, and I asked them, like, are you having a bad day again? Oh, because, and I mentioned this other thing that happened the day before, and they didn't recall it. It clicked in my head that the first time it happened, that maybe this is a message from my guides for me. Maybe this is something I need to know. And in fact, it was. So what happens is, when we don't use the golden rule for ourselves, because it's a two-way street. It's not just do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. It's do unto yourself as you would do to others. Because most of us are way kinder to other people than we are to ourselves. Most of us would never speak to another person the way we have the self-talk inside of our head. Oh, we're way more forgiving of those beyond us. You were stupid when you did this. You were, if you would have just been smarter, if you would have been stronger, if you would have this or that or this or that. I said this. Sorry. So if you would have done better. So we're real negative on ourselves. So what I learned was, when we're negative on ourselves, it's not necessarily that we get external cranky people physically in our life, or external terrible things happening that day, though that can be a result. Sometimes we unknowingly tap into this source of energy from people we love the most. There's the saying that we hurt those that we love the most. Because we're vulnerable, and we allow that vulnerability in love and connection. Sometimes they're the most, the easiest source of energy to tap, right? So a way to shut off that energy, one, positive self-speak. You can even shift it to saying, I honor the divine light within me. I bless me where I'm at. I ask for blessings where I am at. To shift that negative self-speak. The other habit is that when I start having the negative thought about another person, especially when it's out of nowhere and I'm doing, God knows what, and nothing has happened to create that, I stop myself, because I don't want to be an unknowing source of negativity for somebody else. So it has two benefits in that sense. When I stop myself and I bless them where they're at, and I honor them where they're at. Number one, I am now putting out love and a positive energy and a positive thought process. And two, I'm sending them love so that hopefully they can receive that, even if they don't necessarily know they're receiving it, right? Even if they're not psychically in tune to feel that energy and that love coming their way, they'll get it. I can't change anybody. I can't make anybody magically what I want them to be, because, even if you could, you probably wouldn't like what you got anyway. But I can just change me, change within me, sending out love, sending out positivity, catching the loophole. You know, I never knew about the fact that when you're not kind to yourself, that maybe it's not the physical things around you, but you're going to pull in psychic energy that's not great. And I'm not talking about spirits and scariness. It's, again, from our loved ones. So the tips are when you're having the negative thoughts, it's not going to work out. How can I heal this relationship? This, and this. It's stop yourself immediately. Honor the divine light within them. Send them blessings, love, positive energy, whatever. And if you have to repeat it over and over, repeat it over and over. And, you know, you'll go through that rut as you're breaking the habit. And, you know, you may do great then for like, you know, a week or two, and you're like, this is great. I feel great. And then it'll creep back in, and you just stop it immediately. Honor the divine light within them, pass them love. I do it to strangers on the street. I just walk past them and I honor their light and I honor their love. The other thing is when you get judgment from strangers. I was in Target one morning, and this woman made a comment. I looked pretty disheveled and like really, really pretty bad. And the woman said, "Oh, you need to fix your hair," as she walked past me. I don't know if she meant for me to hear, but I heard it. And I thought, gosh, instead of being angry at her and like, oh, how dare she? I'm going to call my friend and I'm going to gossip. I just thought, gosh, how sad that you're in that space, and you must be really sad, and you must be in a lower self-judgment space to pass judgment on me. So I'm going to send you love and honor you and bless you where you're at. So again, send them love, honor them, bless them where they're at. Stop being an unknown source of negative energy for other people. Help them out. Send them love. Do unto your others as you would do unto yourself as you would do unto others. When you have negative self-speak, don't beat yourself up for it. Just stop yourself. Honor the divine light within you. Send yourself love. Ask for blessings from Spirit. Ask for love and kindness from Spirit to bless you through that. That's it. Pretty simple, pretty sweet. And it's been life-changing for me, and I hope it will be for you too. Thanks again. If you like this video on Law of Attraction and a little tips and tricks, like my video, subscribe to my channel, share it with others. I appreciate your time and willingness to sit through this. I hope that you got something from it. Thank you again. Namaste. Blessings.